All right. How are you guys doing this morning? You're doing good. Are you cold? You're not cold? I'm freezing. I think someone forgot to tell Kurt to turn on the heater this morning. Just kidding. Hey, so glad you guys are here. You remember, if you've been in our church before, maybe you're getting old enough to remember that we celebrate Advent. Does anybody know what Advent is? You don't? Anybody know what Advent is? Well, Advent's when we celebrate the coming of Jesus. We remember the first time that Jesus came as a baby, and we look forward to when Jesus returns and Jesus comes back a second time. The Bible tells us that he's coming back again. He's going to come back and take us all to heaven, and it's going to be a glorious time together with him, those of us who follow him and trust in him, and it's awesome.
He said,
This is going to be good.
String fire down to our
String fire. Okay, that's going to be awesome. It'll be fun to see. Okay, wait. Okay, so anybody know the first candle? First candle that we light? Anybody remember? You going to take a guess?
the middle.
The middle. Okay. Not yet. Anybody know the name of which candle we're going to light?
I know
The side one, yes. We're going to light the side one, and we're going to call this side candle the hope candle, okay? We're going to call it the hope candle. So each week we'll light a different candle, and each candle will have a different name. Today's candle is called the hope candle. Now, you guys know what hope is, right? I want to tell you just a little story about hope. Now, typically when we think about hope, we think about something that we hope will happen, something that is going to maybe be in the future. One time when I was in high school, a little bit older than you guys, one of my friends asked me to go to a Texas Rangers baseball game. Anybody like baseball? You don't? Well, I really do. I like to watch baseball. I'm not a big fan of playing baseball because I was not very good, and I always got hit with the ball when I tried to bat. That's okay, though. I still like to watch baseball. And so my friend gave me a ticket. This is the ticket to the Texas Rangers game in 1993. This was an important game because this was the last game in the old ballpark in Arlington where the Texas Rangers play. And so my friend asked me to go. And so as anyone is who is going to a game, particularly the last game in a stadium, I was very hopeful that I would get to catch a foul ball, right? When everyone goes to a Ranger game or to a baseball game, everybody wants to catch a foul ball. You're hopeful. Maybe you'll catch a foul ball. Maybe it'll be this great time and you'll get to catch a foul ball. Well, we were at the game, and it was about the seventh inning, and I was eating some nachos. I had my nachos in one hand. I had my drink in the cooler there, and we had some really great seats right behind home plate, and I'm eating my nachos, and all of a sudden I heard crack, and I saw this ball coming over the fence at us, and it was going to land right in front of us, and I was starting to get so disappointed. But fortunately for me, the person about 3 or 4 rows up in front of me couldn't catch the ball. They're not very good. They were like me. They weren't a very good player. And so the ball bounced off their hands and came back to me, and I incredibly held on to my nachos, knocked the ball down, and caught this very baseball right here. My hope was rewarded. I had come to have this hope that I wanted something to happen, and I caught the foul ball, because that's pretty impressive, huh? And I got to eat my nachos afterwards. It was awesome. Well, when the Bible talks about hope, that's one kind of hope. But when the Bible talks about the hope that we have in Jesus, it talks about hope a little differently. You guys remember the story of the 3 wise men? You don't? Well, let me tell you. The 3 wise men were these wise men who lived far, far away from Jerusalem, from where in Bethlehem, where Jesus and kind of his people lived. And they had always heard about the Messiah that was to come. And they had always had hope that the Messiah was going to come. But their hope was different. Their hope wasn't like a hope that maybe something might happen. Their hope was a firm belief that something was going to be true. That what they had believed, their hope was that this was true and it was actually going to happen. There was no maybe, there was no what if, and so they looked at the stars because they had been told when they see the star that this would be the star that would tell them that Messiah was to be born. And so they gathered all their people, they saw the star, and they traveled all the way to Bethlehem to see the baby Jesus, and they saw him and their hope was made right. Everything that they had hoped for, they found in baby Jesus. So when we celebrate Advent, we think about the hope of Jesus, that these magi thinking and wondering and hoping in the birth of Jesus. Now we have the hope that Jesus will come, and it's not a hope of maybe or a hope of what if, but it's a hope that Jesus is going to return. And so part of the reason that we celebrate Advent is that we get to, we want to learn about the hope that we have in Jesus. You know, hope builds anticipation, right? Already you guys are thinking about the Christmas presents you're going to get. You're already hoping that you're going to get something, right? You've already told people. You've already made your list of what's going to happen. Well, we want to give you this little gift right here. This is called an Advent chain. I guess that's what we're going to call it. And so every day, they'll be right up here. Every day, you're going to cut one of these little chains off, and you're going to put it through here, and you're going to build some hope, some anticipation towards December 25th when we celebrate the birth of Jesus. Okay, so we want this. We take this home to your family. We want this to create in you a hope. But remember, our hope is not just this what if and this maybe this something might happen. We have a hope that is made perfect in Jesus Christ, and we can know that just like we know he was born, that he is going to return.